In the Pokrovsk area, a Russian soldier shelters along a wall inside a roofless, ruined building. When distant sounds echo nearby, he leaves cover and moves quickly through the debris, attempting to relocate. He exits the structure and runs toward a nearby tree, choosing its base as the next place to hide. Throughout the movement, a Ukrainian drone system maintains continuous tracking from above, recording each change in direction. The soldier reaches the tree and lowers himself into position, attempting to remain unseen. Within moments, the drone has already adjusted its approach. With the location confirmed and no effective concealment remaining, the system commits to the engagement. The sequence illustrates how constant aerial observation turns movement itself into a critical vulnerability in contested urban terrain. Near the forest edge on the outskirts of Pokrovsk, a Ukrainian drone system detects two Russian soldiers moving across exposed ground. Ongoing fighting has drained supplies, forcing materials to be carried by personnel instead of vehicles. The lead soldier carries a container, likely intended to support forward positions. When they approach a patch of tall grass, the front soldier senses something is wrong and sits down in the grass. The second soldier closes in, stepping toward him. Moments later, Ukrainian drones begin a cautious approach from altitude. The soldiers recognize the threat and remain completely still, relying on immobility to avoid detection. The terrain offers little concealment, and the pause only confirms their location. The drones move closer, maintaining observation and refining alignment. Once the position is fully verified and no movement options remain, the system commits and completes the task. The sequence unfolds across abandoned agricultural land, where a Russian soldier moves cautiously while searching for food. The fields are quiet, long unused, offering little cover or shelter. He approaches a small pile of discarded debris and pauses, briefly scanning for anything useful. Fatigue quickly overtakes him. He lowers himself to the ground, intending to rest only for a moment. Hunger soon interrupts the pause. He sits up again and rummages through an abandoned backpack nearby, checking pockets with slow, deliberate movements. Inside, he finds a plastic water bottle. He twists the cap and raises it, but the bottle is empty. There is no food, no water, and no immediate solution. Exhausted, he lies back down, focused solely on recovering strength. Throughout this entire sequence, he remains unaware that a Ukrainian drone has already adjusted course toward his location. While the soldier rests without maintaining security, the drone closes in from altitude, maintaining observation until the moment an engagement becomes unavoidable. The sequence continues across a grassy field, where a Russian soldier moves cautiously while carrying a thermal shielding garment. After covering some distance, anxiety sets in. He stops, puts the garment on, and sits motionless, attempting to reduce detection by remaining completely still. The effort proves ineffective. A Ukrainian drone has already closed the distance and maintains visual confirmation despite the attempted countermeasure. The engagement follows shortly. Nearby, another soldier reacts to the sudden disturbance. Startled, he begins moving away while repeatedly looking back. Within moments, he notices a second drone approaching on a direct path. He drops into the grass and remains still, attempting to blend into the terrain. The drone continues tracking without hesitation. The approach tightens, and the encounter concludes, illustrating how layered aerial coverage can overcome improvised concealment and rapid reactions in open terrain. A rare moment unfolds in a contested area near Kherson, captured by a reconnaissance drone operated by the NGU Chervona Kalina Brigade. The footage shows a Russian soldier halted by an almost unremarkable obstacle on the ground, a tangled mass of discarded material that initially appears harmless. As he attempts to move forward, it becomes clear he cannot continue. Unlike barbed wire, the obstruction does not immediately signal danger, yet it restricts movement just as effectively. Such entanglements can cause serious leg injuries, and self-extraction under stress is often difficult. The soldier's efforts slow, balance compromised, momentum lost. From above, the drone maintains steady observation, documenting how minor terrain features can abruptly alter outcomes. The footage captures a sequence near the forest edge, where a group of Russian soldiers descend into a shelter, unintentionally revealing their position. A Ukrainian drone identifies the movement and responds, neutralizing the site before it can be used. Shortly afterward, a larger Russian infantry formation attempts to advance toward the border village of Sotnitsky Kazachok. As the unit moves through damaged structures and debris, its progress becomes visible from above. Ukrainian drone systems track the formation's route, spacing, and timing, responding in stages rather than all at once. Each attempt to regroup or push forward is met with renewed aerial pressure. The advance gradually loses cohesion as movement through the ruins becomes increasingly difficult. The sequence highlights how drones can disrupt not only individual positions, but also larger infantry maneuvers by exploiting exposure, terrain damage, and predictable movement paths. The next scene shifts to a narrow footpath cutting through open ground, lightly marked by repeated movement. Two Russian soldiers advance along the trail at a measured pace before suddenly stopping. Without speaking, they move off the path and slip into a nearby patch of dense brush, likely reacting to something they sense rather than see. The area falls still for several seconds. Moments later, a Ukrainian drone enters the frame, descending toward the location and beginning a slow, deliberate orbit around the vegetation. From above, the drone scans angles, movement patterns, and concealment gaps, assessing whether the cover is effective. Leaves and branches offer visual obstruction, but not protection. After a brief evaluation, the drone identifies subtle signs of presence within the brush. It adjusts position, tightens the approach, and commits to the engagement. What began as an attempt to hide along a quiet path ends with concealment giving way under persistent aerial observation. The next moment captures a Ukrainian drone detecting unusual movement near a drainage culvert inside a contested zone. The drone slows and descends toward the opening, revealing a Russian soldier concealed inside the narrow space. Rather than committing immediately, the operator applies pressure through movement. The drone shifts repeatedly from one culvert entrance to the other, maintaining constant presence and denying any clear escape option. The confined terrain limits visibility and reaction time, turning concealment into a liability. As the situation develops and pressure increases, the drone adjusts its angle and speed. With the position fully confirmed and no change in conditions, the drone commits, entering the culvert to resolve the encounter. The sequence underscores how persistence and controlled maneuvering can neutralize hidden positions in complex terrain.